Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. First proper video of 2025, and and I'm in Wimbledon. Now, I've worked in Wimbledon for 20 years and I've never really explored up by the Common, so I'm having a little walk down the remains of an Iron Age hill fort, very famous, and see what happens. Let's go. Till you're in Wimbledon, everyone's out jogging, yeah? Don't understand jogging or running, I really don't, but hey, each to their own. Wimbledon Common Golf Club. Now, the old hill fort, I've not been there since I was a kid. I remember Dad bringing up here, look around the pond. I'm also thinking of venturing a little bit over the river and going into Fulham Broadway and visiting All Saints Church there, which would be interesting. I know I like to be out in the countryside, but lovely old stink pipe, the old stink pipes you had. Is that what it is? Lovely. Yeah, Wimbledon's got a fascinating history. Obviously I work in a historic building and do the history tours and the ghost tours. But yeah, I've never explored Wimbledon Common. I mean, this is all common land and notorious for highwaymen back in the day. There was one notorious chap who's mentioned in my book Paranormal Surrey about haunting Wimbledon Common, because he was strung up on a gibbet. Can't remember his name, I'll link it below, but yeah, he was hung up, I think just up on the roundabout. Obviously it wasn't a roundabout back then, from Wimbledon to Putney. Really overcast today, Saturday the 20th of January 2025. Really overcast, but everyone's out jogging, walking, enjoying the morning, and we've got lunch booked at the Crooked Billet next to the Hand in Hand, which I was at back in the summer. Yeah, here we are. Here's the CAESER'S camp. There's hardly anything remaining now, and there's still a rumour, was it really an Iron Age hill fort? It says here, this plaque marks the eastern boundary of an Iron Age hill fort dating from circa 700 BCE. It was surrounded by circular earthworks about 300 yards in diameter, with two ramparts and a ditch between. The outline is difficult to follow, but the adjacent footpath passes through the middle of the fort from the easterly limit to the western boundary, erected by the John Evelyn Society in 1968. Of course, yes, there's another plaque here. This camp is protected as a monument of national importance under the Ancient Monuments Acts 1913 to 53, Ministry of Public Buildings and Works, which I think is now English Heritage. Because you've got Wimbledon Golf Club, you've got a golf course where the hill fort would have been. Because imagine back in the day, before the urbanisation of the area, you probably could have seen for miles, right down to Putney, Richmond. Yeah. So take a little walk down there to see where it goes. Should be interesting. People playing golf on an Iron Age hill fort. Yeah, haven't been here since I was a kid. I could be out in the countryside for all I know. There you got Roehampton over there. Go down that way to Putney, Wimbledon Common, obviously, Common Land, and Wimbledon High Street down that way, in the village. Yeah, a golf course on a 9H hill fort. I say there is some speculation. I've looked online. I can't find anything about any finds, any coins, any pottery, anything. I could be wrong. If you know any better, please let me know. We won't go any further as we walk through the hill fort, or the remains of the hill fort, on this very overcast day. So what we do before we have lunch is have a little walk around some of the streets just around this area where lots of posh people and rich people live. There's a few blue plaques. Yeah, a bit fresh this morning. I know it's January, but it's a bit fresh. It's warming up from next week, going up to sort of double figures, which would be lovely. Yeah, let's head back down. Now we've done Caesar's Camp. Up there leads to Caesar's Well, which I think was a natural spring back in the day. We're not going to do that today. I'm going to have to come back here and do a bit more exploration when it's sunny. Let's have a little walk around the houses around the edge of the common by the golf club. So with the Merry Christmas sign up. Nearly February. Very nice place to live, isn't it? Bloody expensive, I would imagine. So people who are probably ambassadors and things like that. That's rather nice. Yeah, blue plaque up there. Josephine Butler, 1828 to 1906, champion of women's rights. Lived there from 1890 to 1893. Josephine Butler. And there we are, Sir Ernest Chain up there. Sir Ernest Chain, 1906 to 1979, biochemist and developer of penicillin, lived here. That's pretty cool. Obviously, being a Saturday morning, I don't normally do videos at weekend. Everybody is out. It's a popular place, obviously. So, can't be helped. Can't be helped. Just having a walk back towards the road. Obviously, Wimbledon Common, famous for the Wombles. Mike Batt actually lives in Wimbledon. I've met him a few times through the theatre. Very nice chap. Yeah, the Wombles of Wimbledon Common. Cannizaro Park. The Millennium Fountain in Cannizaro Park. We'll have a proper look around Cannizaro Park when it's sunnier. Lots of events go on here. We used to have dealings with Cannizaro back in the day at the theatre. But yeah, it looks lovely, and so we'll explore that a little bit more in the future. As I say, I'll come back when it's warmer and the weather's a little bit better. At least it's not raining, and we'll have a proper look around Cannizaro. Got 20 years I've worked here and I'm still discovering places. There's the pond, which I remember being frozen over when I was here as a kid. And the church, you won't see it on the fixed lens, there's a church in the background. I think it's called St Mary's in Wimbledon. And I'm going to explore that as well at some point. So still want to do my countryside walks because countryside's where I'm at. But be nice to do a little bit of semi-urban exploring as well. I'm not doing London because that's Jules Guide's territory and he gets billions of viewers. So you don't need me to come along and do me a bit. But I might do a little bit. I've done very, 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 very few London videos. And more countryside. What's this? West Side's house, built early in the 18th century as a mansion house of the larger Warren estate. Home to Lord Lyndhurst, Lord Chancellor 1827 to 1830. And to Spencer Gore, first Wimbledon tennis champion in 1877. How very interesting. It's all about heritage. Oh, nice little walk, very bracing. Caesar's camp, walk around some of the houses. So we will go up to Caesar's Well at some point, and we'll do Cannizaro Park when it's warmer and nicer weather. Just after a bit of blue sky will be fine. Obviously there's a lot to explore on Wimbledon, it really is. I really need to look into this area a bit more. I mean, I'm familiar with it, of course, and there's a lot of history here. I'd love to know what the original gibbet was for that highwayman. Hello doggy. Obviously the windmill, which is temporarily closed apparently, according to Google. So yeah, we'll have to see what goes on. Right, let's head down to the Crooked Billet and have a little walk around there before lunch.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when nobody's around. I wanna call out pound town, but you bite my lip, don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you. So give me a minute to catch my breath. Take what's yours, I'll take what's left. I'm used to coming up second best. Always fail to pass the test. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you.
Oh, that was nice. The Crooked Billet. Very nice food. That's been a Young's pub since 1881. That's interesting. But yeah, we'll come back and do some more exploring around Wimbledon and Wimbledon Common and say Fulham Broadway, Putney, a few of those areas that are easy to get to. It's good around Wimbledon Common on a Saturday because it's free parking, which is good. You wouldn't get it during the week. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this new video from 2025. You've probably seen this a little bit into 2025. But please like, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see you next time. Take care.